So as I was telling you, this will be our third record attempt, so which is fine, but Skype's just being crazy, guys. So for those who are joining us, Skype made us lose connection again. It's all right though. We're gonna talk close this up here. We're gonna talk about this. Daniel had asked me about the glass trap in Spiral. I like it. It's sort of a shout out to Rumble in the Bronx, or yeah, Rumble in the Bronx. If you've seen the Jackie Chan movie, where Jackie Chan's character is in the street alley, and these street thugs are wanting to get him back for him sort of stopping them from a robbery, and they knock beer bottles at him with a baseball bat, and the bottles break and it causes him to bleed and get injured. So Spiral uses a machine with the cop. Zeke's old partner is dirty. They got him tied up. So they use a machine, and this, I thought it was holy shit menacing. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty menacing too, yeah.
Before we go, is there anything you want to add?
Well, yeah, I kind of hope that they do end up making a TV series. That'd be pretty cool, you know?
I do too. I wouldn't mind a Saw TV series. I mean, it seems like that's where a lot of franchises are trying to go. I mean, Chucky is coming to TV. So television isn't dead, despite, the streaming services going around. Cable TV isn't dead, and neither is Dish and stuff like that. So it would be really interesting to see a Saw that's one hell of a franchise, come to TV.
Yes, that's true. And actually, what's interesting is this was a trend before. Like, they tried to make like TV series. Well, I should say, yeah, TV shows based on horror movies, but didn't really succeed. Like, there were a lot of people that make an Omen TV series a while ago. Like, I know I'm not talking about Damien. There was one before that too, but didn't end up succeeding. And also there was a big from the 80s, but that also didn't succeed either.
There was also I think the CW had attempted a Friday the 13th TV series, but that didn't go nowhere either.
Oh yeah, that one was. I don't like it. See, a lot of people know the Friday 13th show had nothing to do with the movies at all. Like, literally no connection. Well, except for some of the people involved with making it made it.
Not the 80s series. The CW had attempted one with actual Jason, but it never went anywhere. I think that's.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I didn't clarify. That's my fault. That's my fault, guys. But it's weird because you're right. And they've had this, again, CW didn't pick up Dark Shadows either. So I don't know if it's necessarily Friday the 13th's doing that they didn't get picked up, or they weren't successful, or there's just something going on from a horror standpoint with the CW network. But because when it comes to actual horror, and people are going to point to Supernatural, yeah, okay, I get it, Supernatural was on there, but it just seems like CW only is selective with their horror stuff. Like, I know they're going to have a Lost Boys TV show, and that's fine. It just, they're very selective, is what I'll say, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, and that actually sucks to like that. And as far as TV shows based on horror goes, for those that haven't seen the 2013 through 2017 version of Bates Motel, I highly recommend it. Like, it was on A&E. Actually, it was. I don't know if they're still going in this direction, but when they actually decided to end Bates Motel, A&E decided they're not going to have like shows anymore. Well, like shows like that. But the funny part is that's mostly why I watched A&E. So.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Oh, for those who haven't seen, with the horror TV shows goes, for those who haven't seen Bates Motel from 2013 to 2017. I highly recommend it. See, I don't know. See, A&E, that was supposed they announced that's going to be their last show when that ended, but I don't know if it still is. But that's why I watched A&E for scripted shows, but I haven't watched in years since that actually ended. But yeah, like I would like I said, I'd recommend that show, Bates Motel. It didn't get canceled. Like, for those that don't know, it didn't get canceled. They actually planned to only have 5 seasons.
Yeah, I think even though I haven't seen it yet, I think they've made a big mistake not having scripted TV shows, because in the same sense, they produced one of the best ones, right? I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
So
it's actually what's interesting though is, even though it's an A&E show, Universal is still credited on their DVD, but it's probably because Universal owns the Psycho franchise.
yeah, I would agree with that. Before we leave, I got to ask you this question. Do you think we're going to get another Psycho remake or reboot?
Honestly, I think it's possible, but I don't really think right now, because this is kind of a spoiler, but Marion Crane actually shows up in Bates Motel. I don't want to spoil too much in case, like, because I know you say you haven't seen it, so yeah, she actually shows up. So in a way, it was kind of remade. But for those that don't know, it ends differently, and also the events are different. But see, that's another thing. That was actually hinted, and because if you watch the DVD, there's an interview for season 1, and one of the creators said that our show might end differently. So they kind of, like I said, they kind of hinted to that.
Yeah. I hope if Universal decides, you know what, we're going to do Psycho again. I don't want it to be a shot for shot remake like it was in the 90s. Like, at least make it somewhat different. Make it your own story, If you're going to have Norman Bates, fine. But honest to God, make this your own story. Don't do exactly what Hitchcock did. That's already been done.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now, the thing with Marion Crane is, when she showed up in Bates Motel, a lot of people might not have known it was her, because she was played by Rihanna. A lot of people say Rihanna, but it's actually Rihanna. But that seems like the last person to play Marion Crane, in my opinion.
I think they were wanting a household name, and she had. I don't know if that's her first credited role, but I think she had been acting prior to that. I do believe. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure she was acting a little bit before that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I think you're right about that. I think she was in Battleship. I want to say Battleship or something like that.
Yeah. But it's always a pleasure, man, bringing you on. I'm so sorry for the Skype malfunctions here today.
That's okay.
I've had a lot of fun with you, Daniel. Thank you so much for giving me your time and coming on, man. I deeply, deeply appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, guys. That was part 3 of our Spiral Saw review. We'd like to apologize for the cutouts, obviously. That happens with Skype, honestly. It happens more often than not. But thank you guys for having the patience with us. If you watch all 3 videos, we deeply appreciate it. We talked as much as we could about the Spiral movie. Again, things just happen with Skype, So I was just trying to kill a little more time with the video here now with the closing out. On behalf of Daniel, obviously, you heard the send off from him and me. Thank you guys so much. Huge, huge shout out to Killenberg. link to Daniel's channel is going to be in all 3 videos. You guys have a good day.